Welcome to Whispers Beyond the Veil. I'm Brooke Ashley, and tonight's story is called The Howl of the Redwood Forest. Remember, the veil is thinner than you think. The redwoods have a heartbeat all of their own. You can feel it if you stand still long enough. Deep breath, deep beneath your feet, slow as the pulse of something ancient and half asleep. That's what brought us there. Me, Martin, and our friends Toby and Alicia, the hosts of Olympic Strange Days. They'd invited us out for a weekend of cryptid research. Audio traps, motion sensors, night vision, just for people chasing legends. We parked about 6 miles from the logging road and hiked in. The forest swallowed us within minutes. No birdsong, no breeze. Just trunks like cathedral pillars, and air so thick with pine resin it clung to your lungs. By sunset, we had camp set up beside an old ranger trail. The fog rolled in early, soft, white, and kind of wrong. I remember Alicia saying, "It's too quiet even for here." Around midnight, Toby wanted to record ambient audio. We split up to plant recorders along half-a-mile stretch of forest. Martin went north, Alicia south. Toby stayed near the ridge. I took the path leading deeper into the trees. The deeper I went, the thicker the air became. Not fog, but humidity, like heavy breath. Every few seconds, I thought I heard footsteps behind me. But they stopped when I stopped. They were heavier than mine. I called out softly, "Martin?" No answer. Just the wind threading through the trees, whispering like something enormous exhaling. Then, somewhere ahead, a howl. Not wolf, not coyote. Something caught between the two, deep, wet, and angry. It wasn't far. I turned back towards camp. Every shadow looked like it was leaning closer. Halfway down the trail, I tripped on a root and went down hard. When I braced myself, the bark tore through my palms, skin splitting like paper. Warm blood streaked across the moss. I hissed through my teeth and tried to stand. But that's when I saw it. Between two trees, about 20 yards away, a shape crouched low. Long arms, head cocked sideways like it was studying me. The moonlight hit its eyes, yellow, wet, reflecting back like mirrors. Dogman, or something that I had learned how to pretend to be one. It rose on 2 legs, 7 feet, maybe more. Muzzle stretched long, but human at the edges. Chest heaving, and then it smiled. The teeth were wrong, like too flat. They'd been filed. I ran. Branches clawed at my arms. The flashlight beam jilted across the undergrowth. Behind me, crashing, painting, almost rhythmic. It wasn't running, it was bounding. It hit a clearing and froze. The sound stopped. When I turned, there was nothing, just fog and silence. Then something brushed the back of my neck, hot breath, rank animal. I screamed and ran into the trees, just blindly. I don't remember falling. One second I was running, the next I was staring up at the redwood canopy, the world spinning. My hands throbbed, open and bleeding. There was a ringing in my ears, faint but constant, like a tuning fork struck inside my skull. I crawled towards the faint glow of the trail light that we'd hung earlier. It flickered once, twice, and went out. When it came back on, it was dawn. Birds calling. The fog gone. And no sign of Dogman. I stood, dizzy, and checked my watch. Only a few hours had passed, but my stomach felt empty. Days empty. My throat burned, like I hadn't had water in forever. The wounds on my hands were black around the edges, crusted and raw. I wrapped them and made my way towards camp. When I reached the clearing, Martin shouted my name and then froze. He looked thinner, pale, eyes bloodshot. Behind him, Toby and Alicia looked the same. Tired, scared, different. Alicia said, "Brooke, where have you been? We've been searching for you for 2 days." I looked confused and kind of giggled, or tried to. "No, I just got lost last night. It's only been a few hours." They stared at me like I'd said something insane. Martin took my hands, but his face changed when he saw them. There were no wounds, no blood, just smooth, clean skin, like nothing had ever happened. I swore I could still feel the sting, but there was nothing. Even the rips in my sleeves were gone. Weird. I didn't think too much of it. I didn't want to scare everyone around me. Any more than they already were, anyway. Toby showed me his phone. Photos. My face on missing flyers. The timestamp, 48 hours old. They'd called search and rescue. Found no trace until now. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every sound outside the tent felt aimed at me. Footsteps, soft and pacing. Occasionally the sound of something dragging along the fabric, like claws tracing the seam. Around 3 a.m., I heard my name, whispered in a voice that was almost mine. "Brooke." Then again, lower and doubled. "Brooke." I froze, my hand over my mouth. And then the smell. Copper. Musk. Wet fur. A shadow passed across the tent wall, upright with a muzzle. I didn't move until dawn. When I finally unzipped the tent, the dirt outside was disturbed. Huge paw prints, almost human in shape, circling us 3 times before heading north. We left the Redwoods that morning. No one spoke the whole drive home, but halfway down the highway, I noticed something in the side mirror. Behind the car, far down the empty road, a dark shape stood at the edges of the trees, tall, still staring. I blinked and it was gone. A week later, Toby texted me a photo from one of the motion-triggered cameras we'd set up near the ridge. It was blurred, grainy, nearly useless, except for one detail. The center of the frame, half hidden by trees, was me. Face pale, eyes wide, time stamped exactly 2 hours after the others claimed they'd found me. I zoomed in. My hands in the photo were covered in blood, and standing just behind me, nearly bending into the redwood shadows, were 2 yellow eyes, reflecting light that wasn't there. Sometimes when I wake up too fast, I smell pine sap and iron. Sometimes my hands ache like skin's tearing again. And sometimes, when I look in the mirror, just for a split second, I see a shape standing behind me, head cocked and smiling, that same wrong smile. I don't know how long I was really gone in those woods, but some nights My phone alarm goes off at 2:17 a.m., the exact time I saw those yellow eyes. And the screen flashes a single word: run. Remember, the veil is thinner than you think.